Hello squirrels and welcome back to PPM6 TV. Long time no see, which is entirely my fault, so mea culpa, bit of a Latin feel to the video today. Now what we're going to do is make a start on a series of videos looking at buying an LDC, a large diaphragm condenser microphone. Now the first thing we're going to do is to introduce a standard, and my standard is the fabulously famous AKG 414. This is the ULS version, and like me it's getting a little bit long in the tooth, my particular example, but it's a stone cold classic and is available in, I would say, virtually every professional studio in the world. If you're booking a studio and they don't have a 414, I would be thinking quite carefully about that. So that's at one end of the spectrum, over $1,000 in the US, £850. I checked it on Anderton's today. And at the bottom end of the price range, we've got this AKG P420, which is their Project Studio range. It's also multi-pattern and a much more affordable $200 or £150 in the UK. So what we're going to do to make it interesting and to give us context is to put something in the middle of those two microphones. And today that's going to be a Sennheiser MK4 from, very, very reputable brand and a well-known microphone. Now this is not multi-pattern, but in price terms, it's about $400, that's sort of $270, £350, that sort of thing in the UK. However, second hand, it's going to be down here and may even sneak in down here if you are a patient, eBay bargain hunter. And are we not all of that? But before we get to the MK4, we'll have a little listen to the 414 and the P420 at 90 degrees. Let's do that. So a quick adjustment of the mic stand, and I'm now 90 degrees to the 414 to give you an idea of what you're going to get as your sound sources move around the cardioid. Of course, the low points on the back, but we're getting around the side, and that can be quite an interesting test for a microphone. Let's have a listen to see how the 420 does. So here I am at 90 degrees on the 420, and I should say in the hand and visually it does not at all look like a cheap microphone, so well done AKG on that front. But here's a chance to see what it sounds like when we get round to that 90 degrees position. Now the 414 has been joined by the Sennheiser MK4, and the MK4 is a very handsome microphone, I have to say, and it feels very, very solid in the hand. It is cardioid only, but obviously Sennheiser have a fantastic reputation, though I must say I see less references to the MK4 than I might have expected at what is still a very affordable microphone, and carrying, as I say, such a weight of reputation. Though of course Sennheiser's maybe main sort of product line in large diaphragm condensers is their Neumann range, because Neumann are now owned by Sennheiser, and Sennheiser maybe have a bigger reputation in SDCs and gun mics and so on, and radio mics of course, and so on and so forth. So I'm not going to do the 90 degree test with this pair of microphones. We've already heard the 414 in that. And what we'll do is we'll swap the 414 out now for the P420 and see what develops in that more fiercely contested battle. Or I'm saying that. Let's see if it is a more fiercely contested battle. And now we arrive at the nitty gritty of the battle. My 420 and MK4 are both used models, and but in very, very good condition. I think I paid less than $100 for the 420 and 100 and something, 50 maybe, for the MK4. And but obviously you can buy both of these new, and that, as I say, is under 200, and that I think is about 300 here in the UK, depending on where you source it. Now, the question we always have is, and we don't mind spending more money if we've got it, but is it worth it? And that's what we're trying to sort of pitch into today. What are the advantages? We've got a 3-step program, haven't we? We've got what is a very affordable mic. got a kind of one that's maybe requiring a little bit more thought before we splash out on it. And then we've got the 414, which is, it's not is it a luxury purchase? I suppose it is a luxury purchase. But it's obviously one that's going to maintain its value, and if its reputation is anything good by, it's going to deliver over many, many, many years. Excellent. So we'll whip round to 90 degrees and give them both a spin at that. So 90 degrees to the 420, and as I say, the 420 is a multi-pattern. It's got Omni and figure of 8, which is not shabby for the money, and you know, some bass roll-off tweaks on the back, which are flat. But you know, that's not the game of the MK4, which we'll give a try now. Here's the MK4. And we're 90 degrees, and I've just noticed they're kind of oppositely coloured. MK4's got a black grille and a silver body at the reverse of the 420. I think there's an MK8 which is kind of the multi-pattern version of that, but they're quite rare, and I haven't found one that I can afford yet. So if I do find one, by all means I'll bring it in and give it a try. So what about our roundup? Let's draw the threads of this together. Drawing the threads together then. I mean, we haven't strayed very far from the classic. That's kind of not my ideal. I would like to stay as close to the classic as I can afford. But an interesting range of microphones nonetheless for the first video, and there will be more. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, because many ears make light work, which is an old Welsh proverb. Do subscribe to the channel. It does help a lot. Thanks for dropping by. See you again soon. Bye for now.